So, welcome everyone. We're so happy to see so many beautiful people to show up. I know around the time of the holidays, we're just appreciate everyone who's here. So, why we're here is well, when you find something that heals you so deeply, we feel we have a duty. I don't even think it's a choice, it's a duty to share what works. And we are here to share. So what we're talking about is gut health, and it is the power of plant nutrition and just a lifestyle that has come into our life and up leveled us on almost every level imaginable. So we're going to try to condense what it's done for us in the short space here. So in a nutshell, I'm going to begin with my story where I was at before this came into my life. I was on 5 medications up until 5 years ago. I was diagnosed, actually, up until 3 years ago, I was on 5 different medications. 5 years ago, I was diagnosed as bipolar. And it started way before that. Since I was a kid, I was diagnosed with ADD, like learning disabilities. I was put on Ritalin. And the solution was always presented as a pill. It was never looked at as what I was eating. And so, just trusting what people who knew more than me, I followed the system. My parents, bless them, they didn't know to question things. And they just, kept putting me on a pill, kept getting another diagnosis, kept putting me on another pill. One thing led to another. Ritalin is a very serious drug. It's like speed. So I developed anxiety disorder. I developed insomnia. I developed acne from just, stress and bad lifestyle choices. I was put on Accutane, which really destroyed my gut, not knowing about the side effects. And one thing leads to another. So all of these pills are actually just Band-Aid solutions. Nothing goes to the root. So fast forward to 3 years ago, I was actually on my own. I decided to give up all of animal products, and that really opened my eyes to the power of nutrition, of what we put in our bodies, how it affects us. It helped me a lot. So giving up meat and dairy helped with a lot of some of the symptoms I was dealing with, but I was still on medication, and I still didn't see a way out. I still thought I would need these medications for life, but I was open at least because I had seen the benefit. And I started to connect with other plant-based people online. I met this wonderful mother and woman, Taz Ferreira, who was talking a lot about gut health. And this really resonated with me. She was talking a lot about the gut-brain connection. And because I'd already experienced the benefit of, having that upgrade just from cutting out the meat and the dairy, I was open to it. And she shared with me a gift card to save me over $100 off. And when this came into my life, I didn't have such high expectations. I kind of thought I'm just going to try it out. And it blew my mind. It was actually far exceeded anything I ever could have possibly imagined. I thought I was eating healthy before. I thought I was doing all the right things. And I didn't realize, you don't know how good you can feel until you feel it. So within a few days, and I started this at the beginning of winter 2018, and this is normally when my depression sets in, and within a few days, I was feeling euphoric. I was just feeling amazing. People at work were noticing it. People were asking me what I was doing for my skin. My skin was just glowing I was just within a few days, all these things started to change. I also had eczema. I had eczema all over my hands. It was really crazy. I couldn't even wash my hands. I thought I had to live with eczema. That was just something I had since I was a child. For the first time ever, it started to go away. And not just in a way where, because sometimes it would go up and down, in a way where I really felt like it was gone. It wasn't like in my body. So also then within a few months, so I started this at the beginning of winter. By the time about midwinter, which is usually actually was in February, which is the time that I would be normally most depressed, was when I was actually feeling my best. So I went off of all my medications, and this is something that I've continued to do for the past 3 years. And not only so I've seen now my own transformation, but I've shared this with thousands of others, because once you transform yourself, you have a duty to share this. And this is why we're here today. So I knew this needed to get into the hands of the masses. I knew that people were suffering needlessly and didn't know that they weren't, a lot of people are eating all the right things and they don't realize that our problem is deeper than that. It's in our food supply system. And we learn about, toxins in our food supply like glyphosate and how we could actually remove them and rebuild that gut. And I thought I had a friend, Alice, who was a big influencer in the plant-based and the vegan community, and I thought this was a tool that can help her reach so many thousands. I just knew I needed the world on this. I needed the world to experience this. I didn't know that she herself was going to have the amazing transformation she did. I mean, I had already seen it a few times, but I hadn't started sharing it that much. It was when I shared it with Alice that it really opened a floodgate of seeing really the incredible benefits that it has on so many people. So I've invited Alice to share her story here today. It's really powerful. And Alice is just an earth angel who has the power of healing beyond what, it's just there's certain people here that really you feel have a purpose. And I know Alice had this huge heart and a huge purpose. And I'm so grateful she trusted me to try this. And I'd love, Alice, if you can unmute yourself and share what this has done for you.
Thank you so much, Al. And that's the thing. We don't know who needs this. We never know. And to the masses, and I guess to Alison, it looked like everything in my life was going great. Like I was an influencer, I was helping people go vegan, but she didn't know I was suffering hugely with my own health, mental and physical. And a little bit about myself, I guess. And, I'm always so grateful that Alison actually reached out to me, because a lot of people are intimidated, I guess, to think, oh, and just assume that people are going to say no, but you can't make that assumption. It's in everyone's best interest to just reach out to everyone, because you never know. And I'm a prime example of that. And so my background is, I am an energy worker. I've always worked in retreats. I've been a coach for a long time. I also was a model, and then I became a vegan influencer, you'd say. I had a big following, and I always knew that with that following, I had to do something good. I don't want the following for my own ego. I wanted to use this to spread awareness about how we can collectively upgrade our health consciousness. This is why I'm here. That is my why. I'm a service person. And when Alison reached out to me, I was already trying to help people go vegan, but I was suffering so much with my health personally because I was junk food vegan, and vegan does not mean healthy. It does not mean healthy, guys. So I was suffering chronically with leaky gut syndrome. And I know so many other people do IBS gut issues. So I was leaking through my gut. I was having absorption problems. I wasn't able to actually absorb the food that I was eating. So I was trying so hard. I was juicing, I was eating the right way, but I was just chronically ill. And this was affecting me mentally, because gut health is mental health. So I was struggling with chronic depression, anxiety that meant I couldn't leave my house. Social media doesn't paint a true representation of what is actually going on in people's lives. And that can make people suffer a lot mentally too. So at the time when Alison reached out to me, I was going through a really bad divorce. I'd separated from my husband. I lost my job, which I didn't want anyone to know. And I moved back in with my parents. So it was my rock bottom. And when Alison had the courage to reach out to me, and I just felt so chosen. I was so ready for this. She had no idea how much I'd been manifesting a way that I could heal myself, help other people, and help people become free from the jobs and the situations that they hate, because I did it first. I paved that way. And it's not easy, but it's the best decision that I ever made. The best decision, because I've now managed to help like thousands of people. I've helped my own family as well, which has meant the absolute world to me. And I've got myself back. I didn't know what happiness felt like. Honestly, this sounds crazy. I didn't remember what it felt like to have joy, to feel connected, to feel human, because I'd wake up with dread, existential dread, and not want to get out of bed. And then when I started healing my gut, I remember I called Alison crying like, you've given me my life back. I did not have any idea that this could have such a profound impact on me. So of course I was like, I have to align with you. We have to spread this. And that's been our mission together for the past year and a half. just making sure that we get this into the hands of everyone who's ready and anyone who's willing to listen, because the health information out there is not here to actually help us. It's here to profit from our sickness. So we are the rebellion here. Organic whole food, raw dehydrated living food, energy. It's vibrationally so high that it makes us better people, mind, body, spirit. I'm so fixed. I feel like a different human. And with that healing myself, I'm able to reach and help more people. Because the more we work on ourselves, the better conduits we are to serve the other people. So I don't know where I'd be if I hadn't have found this opportunity. I now get to live in the States and work from my laptop serving other human beings. And it's just been joy, an absolute joy. And, you know, Alison and myself, we came into this, we weren't experts in nutrition. We've been very interested in levels of it, how we can get better, but we weren't experts. So this is for everyone. It's just we learned. We learned through making our bodies our laboratories. We just flooded our bodies with this and it made such an incredible difference. But we do work with some experts. And one I'd love to introduce you guys to is the incredible Becky. Now, Becky is a nutrition specialist, fitness expert, and she is a personal development coach. And even Becky saw how incredible this could be for her clients, her people. So this is an opportunity for even the healthiest and fittest of us to get to next levels. So I'd love to just open this to Becky for you to share your incredible story.
Yeah, thank you so much. I always get re-inspired hearing both of your stories. So thank you. I have like the biggest smile on my face because I also experience, even though I have that awareness now, I didn't always have it when it comes to nutrition. And I didn't know that I was living sick, because it was always just normalized. Like, oh, you just take this medication, you take this. It was normal. I was always exaggerating. And when my journey started was when I lost my dad suddenly 7.5 years ago. And I was going back to school at that time. I wanted to do my master's so I could teach. And then I'm like, you know what? No, I want to teach, but I want to teach at the level of health. Like, I want to learn as much as I humanly possibly can about natural healing so that I can help others be with their loved ones longer than I got to be with mine. So I began that path as a personal trainer. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to help. And that was something that me and my dad did together. Like, we would always work out. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to start there. I'm going to help people with that. And then I realized like I'm there with them like 1 hour of the day. That's like such a small portion of it. There's so much more to it. And then, I dove into learning about nutrition, and then it led me to also do energy work like Reiki and massage therapy and, like you said, personal development coaching. But why I focus so much on nutrition is because when you address the physical body, it's a lot easier than after to address the mental and emotional body. And so, like I said, I was living sick. I didn't know that. I thought it was normal. And so what really helped me is that I stayed open. People would bring things to my attention. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to try to shift that. Like someone said, you have a lot of sweeteners. Like you have a lot of fake things. Like, why don't you see what that feels like when you take it out? Why don't you take out dairy? And so I took out dairy and the sweeteners and started implementing some superfoods like spirulina and chlorella and some hemp. And I went from having 6 to 7 sinus and throat infections every single year since I was a child to having none. Okay, like that was like, I'm like, what? I'm like, such a small difference. And removing also hydrogenated oils like canola oil. And I removed that. I'm like, wow, like I lived exhausted. Like I was always tired, like dragging myself along with like so much coffee, thinking that was normal. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, and when I would get these infections, it was like, I remember telling my parents, I'm like, I want to like rip my face off. It was so painful. And like, that's just what you have to do. And they just kept giving me antibiotics and not telling me to take any kind of probiotic. And so that would create all these digestive issues. And it screwed me up so badly. I would get migraines where I would lose sight in one eye. They're called ocular migraines, and then a migraine that would last for 24 hours. And they were like, okay, so take this birth control, and the birth control made me have eczema, okay, so then first we removed the dairy, and I stopped having all those infections, and then I started to say, okay, let me just eliminate all the pro-inflammatory foods like wheat and things like that. And you know what? The migraines, they went away. And the eczema actually went away when I was so blessed to be introduced to Purium. And how I was introduced to it was because I was like always out there like screaming this message from the moment that I changed my allergies. Oh, by the way, I also had an allergy to nuts. I had allergies to animals. I had seasonal allergies, which I had since I was 10. And I reversed all of those. Like ones that I had EpiPens for, and I reversed that, right? Like that is the power of superfoods. And so I was out there sharing this message talking about, and because I learned about glyphosate. And that my heart was like, what? The most amount of glyphosate is in children's food. So I was using my platform at the time to speak of this. I also, at that point, I was competing in bodybuilding. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to use my voice for good here. You know, I really want people to know about this. And so that's when Tass like shared Purium with me. She's like, I work with a company that has a solution for it. And I was like, I need to share this with more people. Like, I need to talk about this. But first, you know, I wanted to try it for myself. And what that gave to me, the Biomedic being able to remove glyphosate, therefore healing and repairing the gut. And I thought that was just going to affect my physical. I didn't realize that by repairing my gut, like both of the other beautiful ladies explained, that repairs at the level of mental health also. So I used to experience depression after losing my dad. And then once incorporating Biomedic, like I didn't get into those lows that I used to get into. And I still needed even more. I need a little bit more, like another push. So I worked in an organic health food store where I worked with all the top supplement companies. And I'm like, okay, this is how I'm really going to make sure this is the best of the best when I'm sharing it with my clients. So I would ask every single company when I would do these trainings with them, okay, these are like things that Purium does do. So are you testing for glyphosate? Are you testing for heavy metals? Are you testing for radiation? Are you using artificial sweeteners? Are you using binders and fillers, things like magnesium stearate, which just makes it cheaper for the company, but impedes the absorption for the client. And not the most expensive companies were doing what Purium was doing. So I'm like, okay, this is when I have to make the switch. And I was already feeling the difference. I got rid of eczema. I was so happy. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to start sharing it and see how it works with my clients. And then one of the first clients I had, a gentleman in his 70s, right, which is hard, a lot harder for people to make changes when you're older. You've lived so many lives with all these toxins, you know, so much of your life with all these toxins. And he was able, after doing the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, he was able to get off diabetes medication he had been on for 20 years. And like my heart was just like, okay, I gotta scream it from the rooftops. I gotta tell everyone. I have to shift the way that I work within my business because it's more important for me to help people other than just me like keeping working the way that I was always working. So I shifted because of how powerful it is and and that's just one example, but I've been able to, just like these amazing women, have also been able to change people's lives through cellular nutrition and through repairing the gut. And just don't underestimate your ability to self-heal. This is just from nature. Like you are nature and this is nature, and you're just, you know, like they said, linking arms. Like you're linking arms with nature and you're helping yourself heal, and you get to do that for you, and then you help your family and all the people around you. So it's been such a blessing, and I am so, so, so grateful for it every single day, aside from what it's done for my body, but the community that it brings me to. Because when I became healthy, everyone around me is like, oh, Becky's doing this, oh, Becky's doing this. And like, you know, it's hard to do that. But when you know that every day you can come to a space, if it's on Zoom or in a Facebook group, and you have people that are cheering you on, it makes it so much easier. So that is why I'm just so grateful to be sharing this with you all today.
Amazing, Becky. And you know, both of your stories are just resonate so much because this is the time of the year that so many people normalize getting the common cold, sinus infections, throat infections. I know, you know, as you were saying that, I related so much. I used to get something every single year, at least once a season. And to know that we don't have to, this is not normal. And to know that, you know, there's no magic pill here. This is just giving the body the optimal environment so that it can heal itself. So we're going to go into a little bit. Jared, my husband, also, by the way, Jared could share a little bit too.
Thank you. Yeah, so I had definitely a physical transformation, and witnessing Allison's mental health transformation was really inspiring. And at the beginning, I was super reluctant. I did not want to. I thought I'm eating healthy enough. I like to eat food. I had all the excuses. And so you can see here, this is what I used to look like. I had the typical dad bod. A lot of this is inflammation and just buildup in the bowels, from not absorbing nutrition properly, inflammation. And what I did was just learn that through adding these products to my diet, I didn't restrict anything, I just added them. I started to change. And very quickly, in about 30 days, I lost my allergies and my asthma that I had since birth. So those were really limiting me physically. I couldn't work out, I couldn't run, couldn't keep up with my kids because I would run out of breath and I had mucus all the time. So to not have to deal with that was incredible. I wish I had discovered this sooner because I could have had a much richer life in my 20s. Luckily, Allison fell in love with the before picture, so I made it through. But just that idea of you change your habits, change your rituals. So instead of on our countertop having a Folgers coffee and a salt shaker and whatever else, it's the Power Shake and it's the Biomedic. And the Power Shake tastes amazing. I didn't think I would like a green shake. Alice is showing it right there, but it really is delicious and I love it. Like I used to have it with breakfast, but slowly my cravings change, and that's what it does. It changes how you eat. And when I would ask doctors, when I ask coaches and nutritionists, how could I lose weight? I want to have muscle. I want to look good. They would say you have to. It's all about what you eat. You have to change your diet. And then even when I did that, I was still bloated. I was still big. I couldn't get fit. So this does it for you. It changes your cravings by eliminating your parasites that are actually causing you to crave the sugar and the fat and the salt and all the junk. So doing away with all that felt like a miracle, and that's why I started to share it. And Allison, it's changed our lives. It's changed the lives of thousands of people who are dealing with really serious things like diabetes and IBS and Hashimoto's. All these things that doctors will say it's a lymphatic system or something like that. It's really target the gut. Go for the gut first and experiment with that and see what happens.
It up levels everyone. And as Jared said, it's so easy. So, what we love is this meets everyone where they're at. You can take it as there's a guideline if you want to follow it as a cleanse to lose weight. I know it's the New Year's. Everyone may, there's a lot of people out there who have goals to shed a few pounds or to, so whatever your goals are, it meets you exactly where you're at. And we work with whoever invited you on this call, is able to coach you through it or give you tools of how to take it to meet your goals. And what I love is it really meets everyone where they're at. So you don't need to take away anything. We love this package. It is the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Plus Performance, which is on special right now. And this is what we see as really the most complete package. It has, so I'm drinking the Can't Beat This right now, which is just so amazing. Oh my God, can I get a 1 in the comments if anyone knows how amazing the beet juice is? And it really is, this is like the ultimate pre-workout, so it gives you energy for that afternoon pick-me-up. You have in there the protein, so if you want to and not even if you're an athlete, I mean, this is just added plant-based, organic, cleanest protein. We have the Apothecary for anti-inflammation, the Super Xanthin, the all of these products. So you're getting the gut repair, you're getting the parasite cleanse, and you're getting complete organic nutrition. So you don't even have to worry about taking vitamins or supplements or anything. It's also coming with right now for free with the Green Foods Bible and our eco package, silicone bag, which is amazing. Everything is going. We're an environmental company as well, so this is another reason why we align so much with this company. They are all about Earth first. So it's about the soil health. It's about the every ingredient is pure and organic, and all the packaging is also home compostable. So really, this is something that we just aligns with every single level of what our values are.
And get at whoever invited you. You can't check out from the sites unless you have a gift card code. So whoever invited you, have them send you their Permalink gift code, and then you'll get the loyalty customer price. So it's actually $100, $110 off the retail price.
Or more for the ULT Plus Performance. So what we're recommending today, I mean, the ULT is our staple. If you're in Europe, it's the 10 days, the staple. But if you are here in the US or Canada, the ULT is our, that's really how most people start. But right now, we just have the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Plus Performance on special with a $60 value,
points.
right? So, and rewards points, extra rewards points. So you'll actually save more buying because whoever invited you has a 25% off for you. So this one, you actually save a lot more. And this really, I highly recommend to start it with this, to experience this full package and just see what it does for you. We also love that there's a 60-day money back guarantee. So there's never any risk to start this today. And there's no better time to start this than now. There's no better time. It's the new year. So if anyone has anything else, Becky or Alice, that they want to add.
Oh, I unmuted. I'd like to say, so many people put things off. They're like, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start in January. And there's that whole thing, but there is only now. And I'm so glad that I got to start when I did, that I just said yes to myself, because you don't know how good it feels. You don't know who you are until you heal your gut. Give yourself the gift of seeing who you really are, what you're actually capable of. Smash through those limiting beliefs that you have about yourself, that you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you'll never be this, because you don't know. You can be anything. You can be, do, or have anything. And for me, it started with this. I didn't know, like Catherine's saying in the comments, I didn't know I could feel this good on a day-to-day basis. And our job is just to help other people feel their best. And this is the best tool that we've all found to do this. So treat yourself, treat your family. I bought all my family a cleanse for this Christmas because I'm like, I want to see you. I want to live longer with you guys. I don't want you to get chronic disease. I want to spend more time with you. So it's just get back to the person who brought you on and take advantage of those incredible offers that we have right now, and just say yes to you and yes to life and yes to living and enjoying every moment instead of living in chronic depression and anxiety like I used to, because there is no comparison. There is no comparison, and you don't know until you know. So you just have to jump in wholeheartedly and say, I say no to that. I want to be the next level. I want to be the person I was put here on earth to be. I just want that for everyone on here. So I had to say that.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. And I want to say that before I started, you guys, like I hesitated so much because I'm like, oh, but then I'm going to have to buy this, and then I'm going to have to, I put so much like limits on myself. And I look back at my past, and that's why I can always empathize, because I was that person, but I waited till, I didn't feel there was times where I was really sick, and I'm like, okay, I have to take it. And I felt better. And then I also waited till I lost someone, and you don't want to wait till it gets to that point. You want to do it now. And I'm telling you, like, you literally have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And if you think that you have energy now, wait. I'm 31. I have more energy than I did at 21. And at 21, I would have 3 triple espressos a day. And I have 0 caffeine. And people look at me, they're like, how do you do that? Like, how is that possible? And people see me working out in the gym, they're like, I don't understand how you do it. Like, they actually think that, like, I'm on some kind of drug. I'm like, I'm on superfoods. And you just, again, like, you don't know until you give yourself that opportunity. So, get out of the way and jump in with support. This is what it is. Like, when you have people around you that are your cheerleaders, it becomes a lot easier to learn to be your own, and then you get to pass that on to other people. So we're meeting you like this. These are our open arms. We want to support you. So again, do this for yourself, but no, you're not in it by yourself.
Yeah, and I just want to add that we're all starting together January 3rd as a group, and the power of doing this together is it's the collective healing, and we support you, we support each other. We can't do this alone. We love to do this in groups, and so what better time? It's the first Monday of the new year, which is another reason we wanted to make this call today, because today would be the day to order to get your products for that date, so we can all begin this together. So please share this with also, because our gift code that you use can also help other people as well you want to share this with, because it's so much fun to do this together. So if you have a few friends in mind, by the way, the cleanse comes with, if you want to get your own code, it comes for free. So you can actually make some money this holiday by sharing this with friends and family to join you, which is another thing to speak to the person who invited you if you are interested in that option. But yeah, it starts January 3rd. So let's, order it today.
So you have your product in time.
Yeah.
And it's a community, right? Like that support that Becky was touching on, that is crucial, because there's so much bad influence out there, so much negative influence, and to just do away with that, we got your back. We are no longer sick people. We are the health movement, and this is what it's about. So please join us. There's plenty of room for you.
Yay, Caroline! And I see Esther is ready, and Anne, and we're so excited for you guys to join us. So please get back with whoever invited you here. Get back with them right away after this call, and we will absolutely hook you up with your dreams. This is going to be the brightest this is going to be the brightest year of your life. All light ahead. It's been a rough 2 years, guys. Let's take our power back. Let's control what we can. What we can is what we put in our body, and I'm so excited to join you on January 3rd. Thank you all so much for being here, and happiest, healthiest holidays to everyone. Enjoy everything that you're celebrating. Even I know some of us are separated from loved ones. Join into the community so you can feel connection. We are here for you. I love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. We love you.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
See you on the 3rd.
See you all soon. Thank you.
That was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
all for
you.
being here. Thank you.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Thank you all.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Dan.
Tom T. Whoop, whoop.
Awesome.
Appreciate y'all for coming. Thank you.
Thank you.